we're going to start by using this Revlon Color Stay Brow Tint, and I'm going to use this to fill in my eyebrows to make my eyebrows a little darker and just a little bit more full. Now I'm going to go in with my All Nighter Face Primer from Urban Decay, and I'm just going to apply it in all the areas where I know I get super oily so that my foundation and concealer can stay in place. I'm going to go in with my Black Radiance HD Color Corrector, and I'm going to apply it to all my dark spots. And you don't want to put too much, because if you apply too much, then you're going to be able to see it through your foundation and concealer, and you don't want that discoloration. So just apply a little bit and then blend it out with your finger or a stipple brush, whatever works for you. Now I'm going to go in with my Infallible Full Wear by L'Oreal Paris, and I'm going to use this concealer to cover up any blemishes or bumps that I don't want to be seen through my foundation. Notice I'm not wiping this all over my face. I'm just applying it specifically to the bumps and blemishes that I want to cover. And once I apply all of this, I'm going to use my finger to blend this out. You can also use a stipple brush, but I wouldn't recommend using a sponge because a sponge might spread the concealer. Now I'm going to take that same exact concealer and I'm going to place it right underneath my brow to clean up any loose hairs that may be trying to show through, make my eyebrows look a lot cleaner, sharper. And then I'm going to use my finger to blend this out as well, or another stipple brush. And I'm just going to go in with my brow tint to clean up any hairs that it might have been covered by any concealer. Now I'm going in with my P. Louise base as my eyeshadow primer today. And I'm just going to pat it onto my eyelid. I don't have to swipe it on there, just dab, 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 dab. The perfect thing about this is that you don't have to set it, you just have to let it dry before applying your eyeshadow. Today I'm going to be using the chocolate palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm going to use this shade of brown, and I'm going to really pack it into my crease, like really pack it in there. Now I'm going to take my Morphe brush and I'm just going to blend this out, and I'm going to blend it upward towards my eyebrow. And it's going to take me a while to blend this out, but when I do, it's going to look really, really nice. I'm going to go in with a darker shade, and I'm going to put it in the corner, the outer corner of my eye, right in the crease. And I'm going to pack in the color, and then I'm going to take my Morphe blending brush and I'm going to blend it inward towards my eyelid, not outward. Now I'm going to take the same shade of brown that I used in my crease, and I'm going to apply it to the rest of my eyelid. Notice I'm not swiping it on there, I'm just dabbing, and it's all blending very, very nicely. And I'm also going to take the darker shade that was in the outer corner of my eye, and I'm going to blend it a little bit down underneath my eye, and then I'm going to curl my lashes. Now I'm going to go in with my Estee Lauder foundation. I was kind of making that face because it looked a little bit too light at first, but it's fine. And I'm going to dab it onto my skin with my finger. I don't want to put too much foundation, just enough to give me that full coverage that I like, but it should melt right into my skin, and it should look like I have very little makeup on. Now I'm going to go in with my Infallible Wear by L'Oreal Paris, and I'm going to apply it all over my forehead, not all over my forehead, but the top of my forehead and right in my cheeks for a nice clean cut contour. And I'm also going to apply it not all over my nose, but right underneath my eyebrows, just a little bit, you know, there's a little bit of contour there. And then I'm going to use my sponge and my brush to blend this out. I'm going to take the same concealer I used earlier, and I'm going to use this to highlight under my eyes. I don't really need too much of a lighter shade under my eyes because my setting powder is really light. So I'm just going to take this concealer, pack it under my eyes, let it dry a little bit, and then I'm going to blend it with my stipple brush. Now I'm going to go in with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder, and I'm going to apply it right underneath my eye where I just blended out my concealer, and I'm going to really pack it in under my eye because that's where I get a lot of creasing. And I'm going to let this sit, but really pack on that powder. It really blends out very well. Like I said, my concealer didn't need to be that light because my setting powder was a lighter shade. Now I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to swipe off any excess powder that may be sitting on my face still, and I'm going to use the same brush to kind of blend the powder out. I know a lot of people like to use sponges. I prefer to use a brush. Now I'm going to go in with my lip liner from Juvia's Place, and I think this is the shade Scorpio, and I'm just going to line my lips and prep it for my lipstick. Now I'm going to go in with this lipstick also from Juvia's Place, and I'm going to apply this to my lips. I'm not really sure on the shade, but I do know that it's from their nude collection. Now I'm going to finish off my face with this blush from Juvia's Place, and I'm just going to lightly apply it to my cheeks. I don't want to put too much because, I don't want to look like a clown, but just enough that it's noticeable, but at the same time questionable if I'm even wearing blush in the first place, I don't like wearing way too much blush. I'm also going to go in with my highlighter, and I'm going to place it on my nose and blend it with my finger. And then I'm also going to apply it to my face, my cheekbones, and I'm just going to dab it on there just a little bit, and then I'm going to use my finger to blend it out. Don't want to be too heavy with the highlighter. I'm going to finish off my makeup with my Urban Decay setting spray, and I'm just going to spray it all over my face, and I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to put on my wig and my clothes and show you guys my finished look. And here we have the final look with my wig and my clothes on, and I must say I did that, okay? It looks so nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this makeup tutorial, and my very first voiceover. If you haven't subscribed already, show your girl some love, and until next time, bye!